this shit out of the frame. Alright, I think that looks better if you can even read that, and I'm wearing the wrong shirt. God damn. Okay, now that we're actually ready to record this video, as most of you know, I am an avid, hardcore, sweaty gamer boy. Okay, Monster Energy in my veins, mom's basement, no sunlight type shit. And I've been doing a lot of streaming recently at twitch.tv/Lance with 2 L's. Please come watch. I need the validation of strangers on the internet. But when I'm not streaming, I've been dabbling in the Star Wars games, and I'm noticing that all the games I've been playing and enjoying are really old. Like 15 years ago old. And it feels weird saying that they're old because 2005 feels like it was last week, but they're old. You know, they came out anywhere between 2002 and 2005. And I'm going to throw some stuff up on the screen, and I want you to look at the greatness that came out between 2002 and 2005. Like, holy shit. And it made me think, like, what happened to Star Wars games? So I got on YouTube to see if anybody else had noticed this, and I actually found a really great video from a YouTuber called the Aussie Jedi. And in the video, he basically ranks 10 through 1 the worst to best Star Wars games, and it really got me thinking, what caused this weird golden era of Star Wars games between 2002 and 2005? Now, I know that the prequels came out 1999 to 2005, and they were pretty good, but they were kind of met with a weird mixed opinion. And the second thing I was thinking of is maybe it was the acquisition of Star Wars by Disney that caused it, but Disney didn't acquire Star Wars until 2012. And then a lot of people are going to say, oh, EA ruined Star Wars, but that happened a year later anyways. So EA and Disney didn't even come into play until 2012, 2013. So why, from 2002 to 2005, did we get 7 or 8 amazing titles? And then from then to now, essentially, we've gotten about 6, and 2 of those are remakes with Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Now, don't get me wrong, Fallen Order was fantastic. I 100%ed it, thought it was a great, unique experience, and I really, really enjoyed it. But I think part of the reason I enjoyed it so much is because I didn't expect it to be any good. Like, I was excited for it, and I saw some of the trailers, which the trailers were complete dog shit, so I don't know why I even gave it the time of day, but I really, really enjoyed it. It's actually one of my favorite Star Wars titles. But why is there such, not only a quality drop-off in the games, but there's so few of them now? The whole reason that I even enjoy Star Wars now is because of the games. I actually don't really enjoy the movies that much. I wasn't alive whenever the original ones came out, so I don't have any kind of nostalgia for the originals, and I think the acting is a huge joke, and the continuity in them is pretty terrible, to be honest, from a film perspective. I like the idea of Star Wars. The world that they built out and the universe and the whole idea, I think, was very, very good, and I just think it was weirdly executed. But the games, on the other hand, are a completely different story. In Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2, I got to experience that world and that idea completely fleshed out and in a wonderful and unique way. I hadn't really enjoyed a game like that on that scale ever. And then you take a game like Republic Commando, which was absolutely amazing and unique in its own right. They took a SOCOM approach to Star Wars. You know, you're not a Jedi. You're just this squad of clones going through and getting to see almost the other side that the movies don't show you. And I thought it was awesome. Not to mention the unique perspective and this weird feeling of attachment to these clones. Like, by the end of the game, like, I am attached to these clones. And then you go over on the flip side and take a game like Jedi Knight, which just has some of the most fun lightsaber fights ever. There's dismemberment. The moves and animations are actually really nice for how old the game is. You can customize pretty much everything that you want to customize, which is just this really cool and unique thing. And I just don't know what happened. Those games let me forget about Doodoohead69 calling me ugly on Twitter. I mean, from 2006 to now, we've gotten 6 notable Star Wars releases, and I know that there's Lego games, but I put Lego games in their own category because Lego takes things and does their own wonderful thing with it. I actually really enjoy the Lego games, but I don't put them in with other things. Like, I don't include Lego Lord of the Rings in with the other Lord of the Rings games because, again, Lego takes something and they make it their own, which is fine, so that's why I'm not including them in this discussion. I know this is probably coming from a huge place of nostalgia, but the only reason why I'm a Star Wars fan now is because I rented KOTOR 1 all those years ago and then got it used from like a game exchange or something like that. Then I was like, wow, this is really cool. Let me go watch these movies. And I was like, wow, this is kind of bad. But the games kept me invested enough to allow me to appreciate the movies. I'm not the biggest Star Wars movie fan. You know, I like them and I like the idea of them. You don't love me. You love the idea of me. There really is just something magical about getting lost in a Star Wars universe, and I just kind of really want that back. You know, I would love a KOTOR remake. For the love of God, give me a Knights of the Old Republic remake. I don't care who has to do it. I'm sure there's modders that are willing to do it. Stop sending them cease and desist. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching and listening to me talk about this. And maybe I'm not the only person that's noticed this. And maybe you know why so many games came out between 2002 and 2005 and why they were all so good. I know there's some older Star Wars games, but I haven't really played those, so I can't really talk on that. But I did notice this small pocket of just glory and amazingness. Is that a word? Amazing. I guess my trashy gamer brain just wanted to sit and talk about it for a little while. So thanks for bearing with me. Let me know what your favorite Star Wars game is. And maybe it's from that era and maybe we have something in common. Maybe we can go on a date sometime. And if you haven't tried any of the games from that era, then you should. They're great. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, to be honest. Ow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staring at me. I know it's hard sometimes, and I'll see you guys next time. You know, I would love a KOTOR remake. For the love of God, give me a Knights of the Old Republic remake. I don't care who has to do it. I'm sure there's modders that are willing to do it. Stop sending them cease and desist.